latest episode of the Kansas Moonshot Podcast, where we are shining the spotlight on amazing things happening in schools across the state. Whether you're one of the Mercury, Gemini, or Apollo schools launching some amazing redesign plans, or a teacher trying to do something a little different, I want to share your story. The goal is to celebrate the awesomeness all around us. Now, this week's episode is a little different. This week's episode, I'm giving a sneak preview of another podcast I'm working on. This is a podcast I'm working on with my students. I want them to be at the forefront of a lot of discussions about education, especially as we're going through this redesign process. And so my goal is probably every other week. We'll see if I can get it down to once a week, but for now it'll be every other week I'll have an episode released. And they're just going to talk about things going on at school. The very first episode was during one of our flex times, and I had a group of students. I was talking to them about podcasting, and while we're talking about podcasting, we recorded a podcast. And I talked them through how to use the microphone. I talked to them about different things. At one point, a student was clicking his iPad, and I talked to him about, well, what does that sound like on the recording? I left it in so that he could hear it as we played it back. So this is episode 2. I had a couple of students that I brought them in and I just asked them, hey, what do you want to talk about? And they really wanted to share about our exploration days here at Santa Fe Trail. So it's great to get a student perspective on these things. Now, the name of the podcast is Stories from Room 508, because obviously that's my classroom. And so I encourage you to check it out. See if this is something you might want to bring into your own classroom, having a classroom podcast. Now, in the future, I'm also going to try to get some content discussions going on with this podcast as well. But for now, I'm just kind of figuring out what would be the best use of this space. But I just love the idea of getting students onto the podcast and sharing. So this is episode 2 of the Room 508, Stories from Room 508. Check it out. All right, so this is the latest edition of the Stories from Room 508. So introduce yourselves first.
Hello, I'm Kiara Renee Henderson, a 6th grader at Santa Fe Trail Middle School.
My name is Anaya Mason, and I'm from Santa Fe Trail Middle School too, in 6th grade.
All right, and so you guys are here. First off, you're here to heat up your hot wings, and I just recruited you. I was like, oh, man, we need to talk about something school-related.
Yep.
And so, oh, man, but those hot wings are smelling good.
Those are.
They can wait. Yeah, they can wait. So we're going to talk about, you guys said you want to talk about Expo Days.
Yes.
Okay. So first off, can you explain what Expo Day is?
So Expo Day is basically where... So we have our iPads, and we signed up for an activity that we get to do. And it's actually really fun because we do it at every end of the month, and it's able to do, where we get to, relax from all the learning, or we can just relax and just do all fun stuff.
Actually, Expo Day helps you find your hobbies that schools don't teach. You usually do things that the school doesn't teach.
Mm-hmm. So you're covering some new. You're getting to try out some new things.
Yeah, we get to go on field trips or stay at school. My last Expo Day, I got to see lions, tigers, and other animals. I was like, oh my gosh! I literally came to homeroom early, and I usually don't even do that. Just sign up for that.
Because you have to literally, if you want one of the field trips, you have to be there at 7:50 on the dot.
Yes.
Because at 7:51, those things are filled up, right?
The
signing up for the Expo Days?
Yeah, you have to get there really early.
Yeah, so me and my friend Christopher, when it hit 7:50, me, Alan, Hugo, we refreshed the page and hurry up and tapped on that.
All right. So then what is your favorite Expo Day you've been to so far? What was the one that you got the most out of?
The last one I went to.
The one with the animal field trip?
Mine, like a certain section of it?
Sure.
Orbit.
Anything.
My favorite orbit will probably be... Let me recap all my expos I've been to. it would probably be the one where I got to taste all the different foods that were. We went to the theater room, and Mrs. Dean had foods from all across the world, and we got to taste them all, and it was fun and funny.
Yeah, because I think, if I remember right, that one was like foods from around the world, and you sampled. Were there any that you were like, no, never again? Don't.
Yes, but
Okay.
I still ate them. They were like these rose cubes. They tasted like roses. And like that's what it was supposed to be.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I've tasted like rose water before. Like I've drank rose water, and these cubes were like sugary rose water mixed in with Jello, like plain Jello, and was sprinkled on top with powdered sugar.
Wait, do you know where like the
Store she bought it from?
or like where like it came from? Like where?
Oh yeah, what country was it from? Do you know?
So no, but I know where she got them from. It's like this Europe store.
Oh yeah, I know. Two stores that have like different types of food. They have Asian food. Oh, I mean not Asian food. Japanese food, Chinese food, European food, African food, and what was the last one? Yeah, and European food.
Yeah, so just like different foods
Yeah.
from around the world. So, and that's, I'm glad to hear that,
Spicy.
because that's really the whole point, is that for you to try some new things that you've never explored before, whether it's new foods, seeing some new animals. One thing I would love to see us do is like look at those orbits and then talk about some jobs you might want to pursue. Were there any of them that you were like, man, that's something I might want to do when I get out of school?
Probably the one that I went to
The
because
animal one?
so yeah, it was a feline conservatory where like so the person, our tour guide, was like telling us about how these animals were endangered. I literally saw a white tiger.
That's awesome.
And they were talking about how people were poaching them, so that's why they put these people. I mean, not people. What am I talking about? The animals in conservatories because like they're going extinct because poachers want like their fur and stuff. I wear fur, but like it's artificial.
The fake fur, yeah.
Yeah.
So, what about you, Kira? Is there anything that you're like, or is there anything that you wish we would do because it's a career you might want to do in the future?
So they've already had this, but I didn't see it, so I didn't sign up for it. But I really wish I had signed up for it, and it's called Broadway Comes to SFT. And when I grew up, I really want to either be a chef or somebody who works with plays and musicals and theater. Miss Dean has helped me find my purpose, job, career in life.
What? You dramatic? No way. I'm just kidding.
I am
Yes,
You are
dramatic.
so dramatic. You are made for theater. This is.
Thank you.
I agree. I think that would be a really good fit for you.
Yeah, I wanted to sign up for that Broadway, but I was like,
But instead, I went to go eat junk food and play on the Wii U.
and the Wii
And play
U.
Smash Bros. For the very first time.
Nice. So, Expo Day. We've got one more left this year.
Really?
I know. Yeah, only one more.
This better be
So,
really big.
so
Main event.
what are some other things that you think that we should have in our Expo Days? Some things that maybe you haven't seen
I
yet.
just said one.
Yeah, you said one.
Main event.
Main event. How would that connect to one of our pillars, like
So
community service, social emotional learning, or academics?
it would teach you. I feel like every time I go to some place that like has all this expensive things, I would think about how hard it must have been to cooperate and like create it. And like it makes me think of technical stuff. So like building homes. See, my dad really wants me to like grow up to be a home builder or like design homes. So every time we go somewhere, I see the hardships of these people, and I think in my life that I want to actually build. Makes you think of.
I would love to see like a behind the scenes at Main Event, like pull open those games and look at all the stuff inside of them, and like, don't they have bowling there too?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
so,
laser
like,
tag.
Yeah, so like, how does the bowling,
Skybox.
like, what does it look like back by where the pins are? Like, I would love to go back there and see like all the machinery and stuff.
Main event behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Something that I want to see for our next Expo Day would probably be where like Bird Box, basically, like where we like find like this trail place and like we try to help each other into
Bird Box
but we're
training.
blindfolded.
So you're gonna do the Bird Box challenge.
Training.
Training. So basically, like,
there's a difference.
So basically, like, obstacle courses where like we go through these challenges and we have to use like nothing else but no electronics but communication to like and like your partner has to like tell you where to go and stuff to be able to
Are you sure
and
you
the
won't
bird
cheat?
bugs.
You got a phone, right? You sure you won't cheat? It's like,
Yeah, you can be blindfolded and be like,
Purity,
text me, where am I going? Where am I going?
I can't see anything. Yeah, I can really see. Yeah.
You have a phone and
that-
and you're blindfolded. You're like,
You gotta really trust the person that's helping you, though. Like,
yeah.
you don't want Mr. Stock helping you, because I'm gonna be like, no, there's not a wall there. Bonk. And then I've got my camera out filming it.
No, there's not a camera there.
I rode my bike down a hill once back in St. Louis, and as I was riding down the hill, I couldn't stop myself, and like I literally ran straight into the school wall of my elementary school, and it was so funny.
That shit happened once to me too. I was almost about to go into a mailbox. I was like, I have to make a run for it, and then I literally jumped off the bike, and I got hurt.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. So, any other last minute
So
thoughts
that's
before I let you go eat your hot wings? Or maybe I'll just send you out and
Much as
steal
like,
your hot wings.
what would you actually like to see us do?
That's a very good question.
Yeah, because you're the one who brought us here.
I love Expo Days. That's one of my favorite things to do
Yes.
because I get to do all my tech stuff. So I like to do Minecraft animation. I would love to do one. One thing that I would love to do is my little sister, she does social media branding, like for companies. So she helps them develop their social media campaigns, Twitter, Instagram, all that. And so I would love to have kids who have their YouTube channels and help them like market. Yeah. Help them promote their social media channels.
Help me.
Evan needs some help.
Yeah.
Evan has a very low standard, and I think that he could use your help.
My guidance. I would also like to. I don't know. I like anything that gets you guys doing something. Like I don't like just having you sit and do nothing or
Take
listen.
us to every single elementary school and
that'd be cool.
tour it. Oh my god, no!
I would love to take some field trips behind the scenes. Mr. Thomas, the assistant principal, was telling me about. They've taken tours of where they do all the food here for the district, and it's this big, huge facility, and they got to see like where they package it all, and then they got to sample some stuff that they were thinking about putting on the menu. Which anytime there's food involved, I'm all for it.
As long as there's no barf nachos.
Barf nachos.
Barfos.
Barfos.
Are they just
it's
not
from
good?
the play. You and I.
Oh, we should.
Oh,
One of our
yeah.
expos should be go to the Russell Stevens chocolate.
Russell Stover's?
Yeah.
No, wait. Russell Stover's is like the
Stevens. I think.
Russell Stover's is like the
Baskin Robbins.
the baked like foods.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, not chocolate. You're right. I know what you're talking about though.
Oh, or Chuck E. Cheese. We could like survey Chuck E. Cheese. Like get
Like,
behind
what do they do after Chuck E. Cheese?
Animatronics. We need to check their.
We should do the 24-hour challenge.
No.
It depends on what the 24-hour challenge is, which one you choose, because some of those are mean.
Can you ask Principal Leibel for our homeroom to the 24-hour challenge in our homeroom?
Oh, like we have to stay in this room for 24 hours?
Can I
No,
join?
like the overnight. Like,
No, so it would have. Hold on, it would have to be 24 hours. Like we get like maybe the 500 hall, so we still get the bathrooms.
yeah, well, yeah,
'Cause that's
basically.
just gross.
Yeah, can I please
Yeah.
come too? Can I join too?
Only if he says yes.
I don't want to be locked in here with you guys.
I don't
Not you. You're not a part of my homeroom, but sometimes you guys get crazy. Would you agree with that?
Yeah,
Or
you
disagree
ruined
with that?
Mines and Evans.
disagree.
You disagree? You don't? You think you guys ever get crazy?
You ruined Mines and Evans prank on Mr. Stockman.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that. Me gag.
Yeah,
All right.
get out.
Any other last minute thoughts?
I just want to say to all the kids who want to have, want to dream, just go for it. Don't let anybody stop you. But if you really want to do something, I suggest you start now. If you want to write music, start writing music. If you want to sing, just sing. If you want to write, just write. If you want to be a poet,
I want a music studio here at SFT. That's what I would love to have.
That was
And
the
have
cheesiest
Expo
thing I've
Days.
ever heard in my life.
No, that was amazing, and I would love to have a recording studio with recording equipment so that musicians can record their own music. They can record their own poetry if they want to. They can record like the better sound. Sure.
Keelan needs that because she always want to be doing ASMR in our ears.
All right. Any other last minute thoughts from you, Kira?
Oh, for me? Okay, well, I guess this kind of adds on to Anaya, but like, I have this problem with actually having mixed emotions and like also flashbacks. So like, if you don't have any friends, go get you some friends. I'm not saying like you have to, but like sometimes people just really need a friend in life, and like without friends, you feel like nothing.
And I'm going to add to that, and on the flip side, if you are someone who's really good at making friends, go find those people who are sitting off to the side and be friends with them. Right? Draw them into the conversation. Talk to them. Yeah. Find those people, because I know there are some of you out there that are like just super, super social, like someone else I know, Anaya. And you can really make a difference in someone's life by going and finding those people who are sitting off to the side and pull them into the conversation. Be friends with them.
Yeah, I got my friends from a game.
What game?
I was looking at DDLC, Doki Doki Literature Club, and Piper. That's how Piper found me.
Nice. So find people with common interests.
And then Piper's friends came along.
I think my sister needs like more social friends. Well, friends.
Yeah, my big
because she
sister
feels
needs
left
some
out.
too.
I think a lot of kids feel that way sometimes. Like they feel like I don't know how to have this conversation. I used to feel that way. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you. Until next time,
book it forward and be awesome!
Bye, guys. That's it for this episode. One final note. Over the past 5 years, I have organized a program called Books for Backpacks in my district. The goal is to get new books to kids who might not be able to purchase new books on their own. Last year, we sent out over 500 books to 16 elementary schools in the district. Our goal this year is to get over 600 books out to elementary schools in our district. If you would like to donate, consider clicking on the link in the show notes to the Olathe Public Schools Foundation's Fund and Need grant page. Or you can go to olathepublicschoolsfoundation.org and just search for the Books for Backpacks program. Thank you. Any donation can help us out get books into kids' hands. For more information about this episode, check out my website, mrstockrocks.com. If you know someone doing something awesome in their classroom, let me know about it. I'd love to have them on the show. You can email me at teachlikeaninja@gmail.com or follow me on Twitter at teachlikeaninja. I've been your host, Josh Stock, 6th grade language arts teacher and self-proclaimed awesomeness expert. Until next time, book it forward and be awesome.